Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Newest in the gospel, brothers, the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson. This is from Kathag Gabar. It says layouts are happening part 2. The brother was showing basically a bunch of black women, 95% black women being laid off due to the cuts, the government spending, the funding bills, and ultimately Esau has really washed his hand. Or you women, man, divorcing Eve, So we're in the times now that things are happening quick. ISIS here in Kansas City, which I may have to do a lesson on that, a piggyback to the brother's lesson. ISIS in Kansas City may be a stage headquarters because, for one thing, Kansas City is located in FEMA region number 7, which 7 goes into completion. The reason why it would make sense for his blessings and for his military to be staged here is because, for one thing, this is directly in the middle of Babylon, smack dab in the middle. You're right in the Midwest. You're not too far east, you're not too far west. And we're inland, we're landlocked. We're landlocked. There's no body or big body of water that can come inland to disrupt any operations or anything like that. So the only how you can get this place is from underground or in the air. So Kansas City being a hotbed for ICE because they're out here and they're grabbing up Issachar and any Jake that look Latin or like Northern Kingdom. So there's a lot of shit happening, and on top of that, mass layoffs. You black women are being humbled, okay? Even within your pride, because you're still very prideful, because you have 911 and you have a bunch of simps that's willing to pick up the phone every time you call and give you money. So you still have a proud spirit on you, but the time of all this proud stuff is getting ready to come to an end. Like I was meditating on some videos this morning, and brother put out a video going into anything that does not dictate or serve you how it should, get it out of your life. All right, or don't intend to it as much, because realistically, you're gonna have people in your life that don't know or care to know you how it should. This is why the scriptures say, being users of the world and not abusers, because if you have a woman and she doesn't know you how it should, okay, because most women are not in the truth anyway. Even the ones that think they are, they're truly not. And this is not a shade to you sisters out there that's sincere, okay? Because, you've seen it yourselves that you got a bunch of women around here that call themselves Israelite or princesses, and they're not moving like that. That's why I make the statement I make. But overall, you're going to have people in your life that does not serve you how it should. And these are people you can't really be wrapped up in, And we're going to see the judgment play out on all sides, from families to friends. Like just this year alone, I've witnessed and heard about 3 or 4 judgments already, and we only like 16 days into this what you call so-called New Year. Somebody got hit by a bus 3 days ago on my way. I was on my way to a location for work, and the way I was going, the police had it taped off. Somebody got hit by a bus on a motorcycle and died. And the crazy part about it is the brother in the camp witnessed a judgment probably 30 minutes before that. So that's just a prelude as to what the hell is getting ready to go down here, man. So we can't be wrapped up in these people and these women and their sob stories and them calling brothers, oh, hey, you doing, big head? Like the brother said in the text message, in the comment board. He said, look, all big head texts ignore. But hey, brother, you ain't got to tell me twice, because I got a new number. All right, all the people I've known and that I've used to run with, none of them niggas got my number. I changed that. I nipped that shit in the bud a long time ago, because it's gonna save me having to curse you out and make you feel low. So I just went ahead and changed my number. Okay, I don't even think my own sister got my number. She may have it because my mom gave it to her. But at times, man, I have to even block my own mother, because she come with that bullshit until she gets her act right. Then we'll speak again. But in the meantime, we don't owe these people a goddamn thing, and that's what it is. So now you're seeing these women being laid off, and they're catching holy hell, and they want somebody to bail them out. But that ain't our job. Okay, you better go to the food pantry or the unemployment line and do what you got to do, because we ain't in the business of saving people, especially people that don't appreciate us and the stance we take and what we bring to this ministry, man. So that ain't our job. So let these people have it, man. Okay, so I'm gonna play a couple of minutes of this video, get a couple of precepts, and that'll be that.
Another jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics released this week showing some staggering numbers in unemployment. The latest data finds that despite a job opportunity increase, nearly 700,000 women are still missing from the workforce. And for Black women, the unemployment has surged to roughly 7.5%, outpacing the broader workforce and sounding an alarm for the U.S. labor market.
So today is my first day being unemployed, and I got notice I was being laid off while on parental leave. Yep. Coincidentally, the last day of my parental leave was also the last day of my employment, which was yesterday. And while I could say a lot about how I feel, I want to focus on a much broader issue, one that I am now a part of. Since February of this year, over 300,000 Black women have been pushed out of the workforce, and that is across corporate, federal, and nonprofit sectors. Men, on the other hand, have gained more than 600,000 jobs.
So I was laid off today after 24 years. So that happened.
I got laid off from Amazon 2 weeks ago today. I received an email at like 5:48 a.m. in the morning saying, unfortunately, you will...
And this should make you Black men rejoice, because, see, these women, they pride themselves in their careers. You know, they hold their careers and throw it in your face, and it should really piss you so-called Black men off, because you supposed to be the woman's world. Okay, her world's supposed to revolve around you, not her fucking job. Their job is their husbands. You see how they cater and attend to their jobs because it gives them the freedom of rebellion? And you get put last, you on the back burner, you on a pedestal, and they know this shit, man. And when you bring it to their attention, this is why they get so offended. But this should upset you so-called Black men, because this Black woman literally has put her career in the so-called white man and everything above you. You're the last on the totem pole. You know? And that should piss you off, man. It will piss me off. So don't come and save them, because now they're getting ready to realize that they gonna need a man. They need a man. And that's the spirit. Call out Yahweh Shah. It says we can fix it 441. The spirit never miss. Heart of America service 441. Yeah, we doing America a service by telling you that this place is gonna get nuked. That's a good service if you ask me. But yeah, man, they're gonna realize that they're gonna need us, and the shoe is gonna be on your, the ball gonna be on your court. You could choose and pick how you gonna deal with it, you know. But me personally, I'm not dealing with this, man. Ain't no amount of Punani or Kuba good enough on this planet Earth for us to compromise our values to save these women that have basically showed us several times, every chance they get, they shit on us, man. They proud, they talk back, okay? They don't listen. They think they better than you, you know, because social media, Esau, and you got these simps that give up a pass, man. And guess what? They all are gonna be put down. So when all hell break loose, which is pretty much now, and the economy gets worse, look, man, let these people, let them get their just due. Because if it was you on fire, they wouldn't piss on you to put you out. They wouldn't. You know, all the women that left you brothers, or, you know, you had to put these women away, they found other men. Hey, let them have it, man. Let them be given over to their ruin, because you know what? You know the truth. They don't. You know, they think the Heavenly Father is with them because they profess to believe in a higher power. No, man. If you're not coming in a doctrine or in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, then the spirit is not dealing with you. And secretly, a lot of the women that you used to deal with, they watch your videos, man. Even though they got other men they lay up with, they watching your videos, and they're keeping tabs on the trends of the world. And some way, somehow, they're hoping to get back under your graces, man. Or they feel like the man that they with or left you for, or you left them and they met another man, they feel like, well, maybe the Lord can deal with this man and make him a man in the Lord. But regardless if that is the case, you still going to be destroyed because you left a prophet or you were put away by a man in the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So at the end of the day, you still lose. Okay, there's no win-win situation for you.
Been eliminated, and it was honestly just like the biggest shock and biggest wake-up call for myself.
Yeah, and the bitch is shocked. You know why she's so shocked? Because because in her mind said, oh, that could never happen to me. That's that pride, man. That pride. Literally a high body count infested woman with that much entitlement and pride to think that she's above correction. That's That's man, that's a heavy spirit. That's a heavy demon on a person, man. To think that they're above correction, that's crazy work right there. Oh my, it is broad, his bald head, got a septum ring in, and she really believes that she's above the Most High. That's why a great humbling is coming to this place called America. And when that day come, I can't stress enough, that will be the best day. That day is worth waiting for, man. You know, that's worth waiting for, to see these people get finally humbled.
Laid off my corporate job. I've been working here 3 years, and you know,
People would say, listen, these aren't 700,000 women who are just missing or electing to leave the workforce. Most of them were fired or pushed out, right? Is that what you would say?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we've seen. So when we look at since the pandemic, 700,000 women overall are missing from the labor force. And in that same time frame, over 6 million women have actually become eligible to participate in the labor force. So reasonably, you would think that their labor force participation should increase, but that's not what we're seeing. And just since February, we've seen almost 100,000 men join the labor force. So you're really talking about not a personal choice, you're talking about structural exclusion.
So why are Black women, you think, being affected at this level? And do you think that...
Because they're expendable, because they're not as great as Esau made them think. Esau is basically showing them, like, I never really cared about you. I just weaponized you against your man because it was just the thing to do. It was prophetic. All right? It ain't the fact that Black women are just so smarter than everybody. If anything, they're the most uneducated when it comes to really common sense. Because if you look at them, they go to school at higher rates, but they drop out the most. They may get degrees and so forth, but they'll go to school and get a degree in something that's not even a relevant field. Like, that's dumb. That's stupid. Why would you spend $100,000+ just to brag that you got a degree, just so you work in a goddamn lunchroom kitchen or something like that, serving butter cookies? Like, the logic doesn't add up. And that's why, you know, when they get to talking on my career, like, I work, you know, when I go in the office, it ain't nothing but stupid women I work around. And they all have this spirit of this career woman spirit, but now they got their heads down because, you know, things are collapsing around them, man. You know? But anyway, I'm gonna come back and do a part 2 to this lesson. I gotta go in here real quick, so I'm gonna do a part 2. Lord's will be edified to the next part. Shalom.